Benvenuti, scholars. My channel is all about helping you graduate with your doctorate. And today, I'm going to tackle one of the most important aspects of choosing your study, feasibility. Or in layman's terms, the access to people, places, and resources you need in a time frame that makes sense for your study. I have a student, Jack, who wants to check the feasibility of his dissertation topic. Hi Jack, how are you coming along with your dissertation topic?
Dr. Markette, I think I have a really amazing topic that I think is going to make a huge impact on the world. I'm pretty stoked about it.
Sounds important. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, you know that world leaders really need to get along better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. I want to do a qualitative study on world leaders regarding their self-efficacy as world leaders.
World leaders,
Yes, definitely. No one can deny there is a need, right?
Right.
Oh, and I'll use Bandura's theory of self-efficacy, Bandura 1977.
Okay, let's talk feasibility. Jack, what world leaders are you thinking of interviewing?
Probably Germany, Japan, France, Russia, Italy, and of course, the United States.
Of course. Well, that is quite interesting, and I am glad that you included Italy. I'm wondering, Jack, do you know any of these leaders?
Dr. Markette, I was thinking about that part. I don't actually know any of them personally, but social media is a powerful tool, you know. You've seen 6 Degrees of Separation, Will Smith, right?
Right.
So data collection needs a plan A and a plan B, right?
Right.
So listen. This is a perfect plan. Plan A will be that I will send an email to them. If their email isn't online, then I'm sure I can find their secretaries or something. If for whatever reason I don't hear from them or their secretaries, my plan B is to ask online for people to help me contact them through 6 Degrees of Separation. What do you think?
Well, no one can deny Jack's enthusiasm, but is his feasibility on point? No. In order to have a feasible study, it is important to have access to participants or informants. As a side note, unless you're using a paid service like Qualtrics, MTurk, Medallia, Momentive, which can be quite pricey, to guarantee your participants or informants, I highly caution students against relying on social media for this purpose. Students often tend to be overly optimistic in their plans to get the numbers they need from using popular social media sites. Most people who go down this path end up very disappointed and a bit disillusioned. Instead, ask these questions. What are the places or venues where I'm already connected to the number of people I need for my study? What personal or professional connections do I already have to get site authorization and access to people for my study?
Okay, come back when you have another idea. Okay, so I guess I need to keep thinking. Hey Doc, got a minute? I've been thinking about what you said last time, and I have another idea.
Great, let's hear it.
So my aunt is a warden at a nearby prison. See, I've been listening. I think I could get site authorization because I know her.
Okay, we could come back to that. What is your idea?
So I'm thinking I could do a quantitative study examining the correlation between IQ and the length of sentences for pregnant prisoners. That would be really interesting, don't you think?
Well, Jack did make a step in the right direction regarding a personal contact with a possible connection for site authorization. There are several impediments to feasibility with this new idea. First, he may run into difficulty getting an appropriate sample size for a quantitative study. Second, the Institutional Review Board, known as IRB, will recognize prisoners, pregnant or not, as a vulnerable population. So using that population will come with all kinds of difficulty that the average doctoral learner will probably be best to avoid. Other populations that are considered vulnerable include people under the age of 18, individuals with physical or mental disabilities, very sick people, and socially or economically disadvantaged. These are just some, but you probably get the idea that you will need to double check your population of interest to avoid groups like these for an easier study. Third, there must be a need to do the study beyond just personal curiosity. Novel topics or topics for which there is very little literature are highly discouraged for new researchers. Remember that the literature must guide the path, find a wrinkle that has not been done within a subject matter rather than broaching something that has no precedent at all.
I'm glad I caught you. Oh, hi.
Hi, Jack.
So how about this?
Can we
My
do this
father-in-law loves golf. Oh, right, sure thing. I'll be right outside.
Thanks.
Ready?
Sure.
Great. So I've been paying attention. I need to have access to my participants, and I can't use a vulnerable population. I think this one hits the mark. My father-in-law loves golf. He lives near me, and he said he would participate. I already asked him. He isn't vulnerable because he's in good shape, thank God, and isn't any of those other groups. I checked. He really wants to improve his golf game, so I thought I would do a study on his golf improvement over the course of a year. He said he would take a class each week, and I could go with him to the course after his lesson and measure all kinds of quantitative data. His overall score, his distance, his accuracy. What do you think? Okay, Jack, there are a couple other pointers you need to keep in mind. First, and absolutely imperative, is that you cannot recruit participants before your study is approved by IRB. If you already asked your father-in-law, then he's already disqualified for your study. Under no circumstances can you recruit before IRB. Oh, man. The next point is timing. You just mentioned a year, right? Right. When are you planning on graduating? Next year. Oh, I see where you're going with this, Dr. Markette. If I take a long time for data collection, then it'll push back my graduation date because I will still have to spend time writing chapters 4 and 5. And you said that those can sometimes take 3 to 6 months between the conclusion of data collection and Dean's signature, right? You got it, Jack. This last point is also really important. Another point, what's that? Well, isn't your field of study for this doctoral program focused on organizational leadership with an emphasis in Christian ministries? Yes, I'm glad you remembered, Dr. Markette. So does a quantitative study on your father-in-law's golf game connect with your field of study? Yeah, I got you, Dr. Markette. I'm never going to graduate. My father-in-law's game is weak anyway. What? Okay, let me know when you have another idea. Oh, man. Dr. Markette, I got it. I want to do a multiple regression binomial t-test with the Mancova on pastors' leadership styles from the 16th century to now.
Keep up the great work. We'll conquer this in the morning, Jack. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful as you tackle feasibility for your dissertation. Please join the community of scholars on this channel as we help each other along the way. Subscribe and turn on the notifications, and let me help you get to graduation.